What's up, guys? Hey, so today we are talking about whether or not you need an office, and if you do, when. This is a very, sorry, it's a little dark, a very challenging question for me to answer on YouTube, because everybody is in a very different situation financially. What their business offers is very different, and all of that. But I'm gonna do my best to answer it right now. The way I'm gonna answer this, I'm gonna go through the timeline of my company and what we did. And then I'm gonna go full circle and tell you what I would do over if I were me in my shoes back then. So watch the entire video, because at the end you're gonna get kind of the full circle. So year one, we started out of my house. It was fine, didn't have a garage, we had an enclosed trailer that we stored all of our equipment in. The only reason after year one we left my house was simple. It was because I had a death threat from an employee, and basically threatened me and my family. At that point, we had to make the choice, hey, probably not a smart idea to have employees coming in our backyard every day and all this stuff. We got an office for that reason. The office we got was literally, in year two, a 15 by 15 room. Square room, desk in the corner. It was in an insurance guy's office, okay, a Farm Bureau insurance guy's office. We rented a little room in the back corner, and we would pull all of our pressure cleaners through the office every day to load them on the trucks, bring them back through in the afternoon to put them back in the office. All of our equipment was in one corner. All of our chemicals were in another corner. My desk was in another corner. It was the least sexy office you've ever seen, but it worked. Going into year three, we had to leave that office because Mr. Insurance Guy was tired of us pulling equipment through, getting the carpet dirty. I get it. We were washing a large office building, which you guys have seen on my channel most likely if you go back to early videos. And it was empty. And so I asked the owner, hey, what are you doing with that office? Well, we own ServPro and we use a lot of the warehouse space for our company, but we'll probably rent it out eventually. He wasn't in a hurry. I said, well, hey, how much would you rent out this space and half of the warehouse for? He said $650 a month, okay? So I went from a free office at my house to a 15 by 15 room for, it was like $250 or $275 a month, to a bad to the bone office, probably cooler office than the majority of you guys have ever seen on YouTube from other service companies, and that was $650. It was a steal. So we move in there. Now, when we moved in there, we got ping pong tables, flat screen TV, Xbox, all the fun stuff that we thought was building company culture. We learned the hard way that company culture isn't built through things that are in your office. It's company culture is the DNA of your business. I'll go into that later, right? We were there for 2 years, and then we landed into this year. We had to move because ServPro, the guy's company, was taking over the whole building, right? And so we said, hey, all the stuff that we bought for our office, all the stuff that we thought we needed isn't getting used. It's collecting dust. Our employees don't use it. Like, they don't care that much about that, right? When they get done with work, they want to go home. So we said, what if we rented a small office, like a smaller office, and save on cost and get something in the exact location we want and not worry so much about the office side being sexy. Now, I see guys all the time running out and getting cool offices way before they should. And so that's what we did. We got a small office. You can see it. This is just one room, right? We've got like a big storage room in the back for all of our equipment. We've got a big parking lot out back for all of our trucks. There's another service company just on the other side of us. So it's kind of like a service-oriented area, but our office space isn't that sexy anymore, guys. But our costs are down. We haven't lost employees. The culture's still good. And so here's my message to you if you're saying, Matt, when should I get an office? First off, you should never put your business and financial stress over office space, okay? Because at the end of the day, as service companies, we're out on the road and on jobs most of the day. Guys are here in the morning, they're here when they drop the trucks off at night, and that's about it. So don't put a lot of emphasis on your office space, okay? Some guys are gonna say, well, you need a nice office space if you wanna build great company culture. It's wrong. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. It's a company I know in Missouri. It's a lawn care company. They cut 4,000 lawns a week. 4,000, guys. Most of the YouTubers on here doing lawn care stuff are doing 150, 300, maybe 400 lawns a week. This guy's doing 4,000, and here's his model. Because he has so many lawns, right, they have multiple locations, but they're not office buildings. They're storage units, and they're contractor storage units, and a lot of storage facilities have these, right? They don't have a lot of them, but they have them. So he has a storage unit in every town, right? And so let's say he's in 5 different towns. He's got 5 different contractor storage units where they pack their mowers in. That's where the guys meet in the morning, right? And then he's got a small office like us, actually probably even smaller, where his office staff is in. He's got a couple people answering phones, accounting, all that stuff. And that's how they run a 4,000 lawn per week business. Millions and millions. Lawn care millionaire on here. I've heard him say it. He doesn't know who I am. Shout out to him. I like your channel, dude. He's got a much smaller office than you would expect him to have. He's got a large lawn care business, lawn and landscape company. And their office space is a lot smaller than you would expect for a business his size. Why? Because they've realized, guys, that it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, man, you guys hear the message from me all about net profit versus gross revenue. Net profit's the only thing that matters, okay, at the end of the day. You can have a sexy office, drive, all of your work trucks can be super nice, brand new, but if you're not making money, it doesn't matter. So I want to encourage you guys to say, when you're asking yourself, man, do I need an office? Maybe you do. But what size do you need? What do you need from an office? Is it because you don't want employees going to your house? I get that, right? But maybe you can work out of a contractor storage unit, right? And then you have a little office in your house or whatever for you in your home. You're doing your accounting and invoicing, all that stuff. Don't go overboard. Rent what is good for you and your business. Now, if you want to have the business that has all the stuff, then yeah, do it, man. That's cool. If that's your vision and you're like, I don't care about money. I just want to build a fun company to work for, and you know, I want to be able to go to my office and just love being there and all that stuff. Awesome, man. But you can do that without spending tons and tons of money. So I saw a dude the other day posted his new office on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Facebook. And I know roughly what his company does in revenue. And like, I just wanted to just like slap him, because it's a bigger office than I've ever even had, like probably double. I'm just like, dude, what? You can't even fill the space. But it's cool, guys, because we have all these successful people that have built and sold companies that are telling them that you need to build company culture, and this is how you do it. And you want your guys to go to a space that they're proud of and they can show up to, and they feel like they're working for a real business. That's a real thing, but that's not by having a ping pong table or having a cool office space. That's by creating the DNA of your company in a way that people love who they work for and people believe in the company they work for. Big difference, guys, big difference. So that's it. That's all I got for you. If you're thinking you want office space, sweet, go check it out. But you do not need the end all be all. You don't need a big giant warehouse, right? If a guy is running a business doing 4,000 lawns per week and he's running them out of storage units with a small office space, you literally have no excuse to have anything massive, because you can make it work. And I just promise down the road, guys, like, it's last thing. This is the perfect example. Hey, I want a sports car. I buy a sports car. I have fun with it for the first couple weeks or month. After month 2, 3, 4, the sports car just becomes a car, right? It's the same thing with an office. When we got it, it was like our sports car, man. We were freaking stoked. I loved going to work at my new office. I had my own personal office suite. And then 6 months down the road, it was just an office, right? So that's that. Take it for what it is. I would encourage you to say to yourself, like, hey, I may need office space, but maybe I don't need quite as much as I thought. Shoot, maybe I can meet my employees at a contractor storage unit, and that would be just fine, and pay $150 a month rather than $800, right? So do what you guys want. I don't think there's a wrong answer, but for me, I am strictly concerned on net profit, and it is very important to me that my employees are happy where they work, but I've realized that having a fancy space and fancy stuff in it does not dictate that.